And people go, well, what's the little voice? It's the thing in your head that just said, what little voice? That's the one I'm talking about. It's that part of you that chatters, say, I can't, the one that beats you up, the one that says, you're a loser, you can't do it, you're not smart enough, you need to do more market research, you make more money, then people will listen. All that garbage that goes on in your head. Or I'm going to start that diet tomorrow, I need to go to the gym, no, I'm too tired, you know, the whole thing. And my experience is, what I learned back in the early 80s, is that the one thing in common with all the money I made and lost, relationships and work that had not, was me. Now most people go, well yeah, that's obvious, but to me, I got it at a level that it wasn't just me, it was something going on in my brain, a way I'd been conditioned, the way I had grown up. Not that anybody was trying to do anything bad to me, just I had formed certain opinions based upon my condition. I had a certain self-concept. And the one thing that I've learned from all my personal development coaches is, no matter what result you set for yourself, you can never exceed, those results can never exceed your self-concept. If you hold that you're not ready, if you hold that you're not smart enough, not pretty enough, not intelligent enough, but you want a result, you're never going to get it until you fix the thought that I'm not whatever enough. So what I realized is that it's all about that little voice. So over the years, I've probably spent over $500,000 on personal coaches, gurus, one-on-one books, CDs, tapes, just working on this. So the Little Voice Mastery book was my attempt to take all those years, $500,000, and put it into a book that was simple, easy for people to understand, so they can quickly, I mean quickly, after page 6, get past whatever's going on in there. Because here's the thing, most people don't even know it's running them. They don't even know the thoughts that are in there that are causing the results in their lives. But I tell you that by the middle of this book, you will know what those are. And in the second half of the book, I picked 21 of the best techniques, physical techniques that I was taught by some of the greatest minds in personal development around the world, of what to do when that little voice pops up. There's about 21 different things, very common things, like, you know, if you're in a slump, or you think I can't, or you say I should have, or typically fear comes up, or you get a setback. All of these things, and there are techniques in there that once you learn them, in about 30 seconds, you can shift the whole context of what you're doing, and magically, almost magically, you can see results occur for yourself. So it's, for me, it is, you can tell I'm very passionate about it, because whether it's finance, whether it's relationships, whether it's health, whatever it is, it all boils down to what's going on right here. And once you get a handle, you can't eliminate the little voice, but you can learn to recognize it, master it, and turn it very, very quickly. Because your little voice doesn't know the difference between fact and fantasy. That's the good news. So you can program it very, very quickly. So we've had people lose weight in a matter of weeks, double and triple their income in a matter of weeks, find the love of their life even though they've been single for many years. I mean, just nothing that I would that I would guarantee, obviously, but just it's amazing what happens when you unleash your self-concept. Because the last thing I'm going to say about it is, most people, if you're watching this right now, I will guarantee you one thing I do know about you, two things I know about you. First of all, you have a little voice, and it may or may not be helping you. That's what I know. Second thing I know, you have no idea how big you are. I have worked with hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of people up to this point, class. I'm going to tell you, one thing in common, most people have no idea how big they really are. And so my hope and prayer with this book is for people to really get a glimpse of how big they could be once they get a handle on that little voice. Sometimes it's scary how much people can actually accomplish. But if you've got the tools and you've got the techniques to hold that thing in check, the world is at your disposal.
So what I hear is the great combination about these two books, because one is working on yourself and then building a team, that I heard Robert saying in 7 years, it's so important with a team in business or whatever.
Right. That's right.
So the combination with these two books sounds great.
Absolutely. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, when our sales partners, which are our franchisees, go into any company, it's got to be both Code of Honor and Little Voice. Because without those two pieces, no matter what kind of a marketing program, selling program you try to throw into place, I still got to deal with everybody's individual psychosis. You get a team together, now you got multiple little voices all interacting with each other on top of the verbal voices. So it's no wonder that 95% of most businesses fail, never make it, because they don't understand what's going on invisibly in the business, which is the psychological issues, the emotional issues, and there's no code of honor or context vessel to hold it in to keep people focused on where they want to go. You ever wonder why you have all these crazy people that somehow get on a rugby team or get on a soccer team and they can produce magic, but in their individual lives they're a mess, right? Because when they come together as the team, there's a set of rules, there's a structure, they're forced down a path to peak performance. Well, the truth is, what if your whole life was like that? What if your whole life was guided by a set of rules and you're surrounded by the people that would support you to be the best that you could be? My goodness, life would be bliss. And the truth of it is, that's very, very possible. Not over a course of years, but in a course of moments and days. Once you understand little voice mastery, code of honor, and how to blend the two together.
Also, Blair, viewers here that might not have seen you live, how is your schedule looking 2010? Where can people maybe see you on
Well, I was going to say, how does it look? It looks ridiculous is what it looks like, because I'm all over the place. But yeah, in 2010, we're going to be all over the world. We're here in London. We're going to be in St. Petersburg later this week. I'm going to be at, we're doing several events in Scottsdale, Arizona, which is where we're based, in June. And then we'll be back in London to do a Train the Trainer program in early July, in Malaysia to do our 2-day and 5-day certification program. If you really want to learn how to sell, which is your #1 skill in business, is the 2-day program. We're doing it in June, end of June in Scottsdale, and then again in Malaysia, as I said. Then the 5-day portion that follows that is then, now that you know how to sell, now I would teach you how to pull a team together and generate real money. Matter of fact, in that program, not uncommon to have a group of 20 or 30 people generate over $50,000 in sales in a matter of 10 minutes. That's real cash in their pockets after cost. They get to keep the money. So we'll be doing that in mid-July. Then toward the end of July, actually. Then in mid-August, we're going to be in South Africa. We're going to be doing a 2-day program down there, several programs in Johannesburg and Cape Town, then back into Scottsdale in September, October, or Mexico. So if you go to, I can just go on and on and on, but if you go to blairsinger.com or salespartnersworldwide.com or salesdogs.com, any one of my 3 websites, you'll see the full schedule there, and hopefully we can see it. Plus, we do our all-access calls every month, where you can dial in from anywhere in the world and personally ask me questions for an hour about anything going on in your business, little voice, and until I think the end of November, it's only $1 to join it. You can be there and participate live with me, live and direct. And also in the All Access Club, every month I interview one of my mentors or teachers. We did Jack Canfield this last month. Next month I'm going to be interviewing Michael Gerber, the author of The E-Myth, great mentor of mine. Really, if you want to know something about small businesses, Robert Kiyosaki, T. Harv Eker, all these guys are my friends. So you get to tune into that as well if you can't get on an airplane and meet us someplace.
And maybe we have the possibility to see you in Sweden, maybe not this year, but we will look into that.
Yeah, it would be great. I've never been there, and I'd love to go.
Thank you, Blair. Thank you for taking your time.
It's my pleasure. My pleasure. Thanks.